Today is March 18th, 2019, and I'm your host, Daniel Wertkaiser.
And I'm Angelina Severino, and this is BCTV's Channel 99 News, bringing you the top news stories. Right now, it's a turbulent time to be in law enforcement, but a Wilson County boy's dream of becoming a cop is making it a little more rewarding. It's a question a lot of young kids get. What do you want to be when you grow up? And 5-year-old Foster Routson has his answer locked down.
Police. I just want to be a police when I grow up because they're like so awesome.
He even looks the part.
I just love police. I'm dressed up like one every single day.
But until he's old enough to join the force,
It's just on my heart.
he's showing his respect and admiration for law enforcement with lots and lots
I get another one?
of
Appreciate it,
hugs.
buddy.
He's calling it #HugACop. It all started when a few Mount Juliet officers spotted him in his tiny SWAT vest yesterday at the Providence Marketplace.
Can I hop inside?
Heck yeah, you can hop inside.
And continued today over at police
Sometimes
headquarters.
it seems like the negative opinions or the negative voices are so much louder than the positive ones. It's just nice to have an interaction like that with a young man who's so excited.
An excitement that Foster's parent Hope can spark some
If there's anything good that
change.
comes out of all of this, and I do believe that there's good to be had, I hope that people will start teaching their kids to go up to cops and officers and anybody that serves. Give them a hug, give them a handshake, thank them for their service every single time.
A kindness that Foster
Thank you for your service.
already has mastered. Foster's parents aren't in law enforcement, but his great uncle served as a chaplain in Maryland.
A new report says the Federal Aviation Administration is now being investigated over the embattled Boeing 737 MAX plane. The Wall Street Journal reports the Transportation Department's Inspector General has opened a probe into the FAA's approval of the plane. The newspaper says the probe will focus on an automatic safety system implicated in last October's crash of a Boeing 737 MAX jet in Indonesia. It is not known if last week's fatal crash of a similar plane in Ethiopia will play a part in this probe. The report comes after all Boeing 737 MAX planes were grounded last week in the wake of these crashes. In a statement to CNN, the FAA says its aircraft certification processes are strong and consistently produce safe aircraft designs.
Toyota is on its way to the moon. The company wants to have people driving on the moon. It's going to be a fuel cell-powered electronic lunar power. Toyota and Japan's space agency are combining their efforts to build it. It will be 20 feet long with the hopes to drive people thousands of miles across the moon. Passengers would be able to ride without spacesuits. Toyota hopes for this to become a reality in 2029.
A man getting his life back together has less to deal with thanks to Kim Kardashian West. Kim is paying off 5 years of Matthew Charles's unpaid rent. People met Charles during Trump's State of the Union address last month. Trump showed him as a benefactor of the new First Step Act. The new law allows judges to release inmates convicted of non-violent drug charges. After Charles was released, he secured a job, but it's been tough trying to find a landlord for him to rent after being behind bars for 20 years. And with his overdue rent, but now thanks to Kim K, he has less to deal with. Good luck, Charles.
The Hazleton Area Career Center annual talent show is on its way soon. This is the 6th annual talent show, and it started back in 2013. The show is run by Mrs. Geiger and Mr. Lazar, and any Hazleton Area Career Center student that has talent can talk to them to sign up. The show will be held on Friday, April 5th, 2019 at 6 p.m. The cost of admission is $3 and concessions will be available to purchase. You will see the variety of talents Hazleton Area Career Center can provide. Students, maybe even some of our teachers, will show their talents. The proceeds will benefit the Career Center students, also John and David Helen's hair salon, which they will use the provided wigs for the cancer patients.
Music in Our Schools Month is being celebrated across the country, and the Hazleton area is showcasing our school's musicians. Last week, choruses from across the district gave a choral concert at the Hazleton Area High School. Singers of all ages came from around the district and gave a show-stopping performance that showcased amazing talents from all the schools. Channel 99 will air and stream the concert this week.
The Hazleton Area School District bands are performing tomorrow, March 19th. They're performing for the Music in Our Schools Month, and it will have students from the whole districts performing together and celebrating art and music. It will be held at 7 p.m. in the Hazleton Area High School, and the cost of admissions for students is $3 and $6 for adults. It will make for perfect family time and great entertaining, so come out and support our students.
All right. When we get back from the break, Evan Weatherman will have our weather.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
All right, Evan, how's the weather today?
Well, it's a little sunny, but as you felt this morning, it was breezy walking into the school. I was freezing. But hey everybody, my name is Evan Weatherman, your weather host for today. Here's a look at your daily weather. The current forecast is partly cloudy with a high of 41 and winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The forecast for today in beautiful Hazleton, Pennsylvania is partly cloudy with a high of 41 and a low of 23 with 0% precipitation. Tonight's forecast is partly cloudy with a low of 23 and winds light and variable, 10% precipitation, so you can keep your window open at night. The sun rose this morning at 7:12 a.m. and will set tonight at 7:14 p.m. The moon will be a waxing gibbous and 88% visible. That's all the time I have for you today. Thank you for joining us with Channel 99 Weather. I'm Evan Weatherman. Here's a look at your 7-day weather forecast, and we're going to have Jason right back after this.
Sports. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the sports, and I just can't wrap my head around it. It's absolutely insane. So we're going to start off with the NFL. Odell Beckham Jr., that's right. He got traded away from the Giants. You want to know where he went? He went to the Cleveland Browns. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Odell Beckham Jr. has been a top receiver for the past couple of years. He got hurt, though, so it didn't really help him for the last couple seasons, but he was able to get over 1,000 yards a lot of his years in the NFL. Him going over to Cleveland, that's going to be amazing because he's going to have Baker Mayfield and Jarvis Landry, along with Myles Garrett, so a bunch of young people. We're going to go over into Antonio Brown going to the Oakland Raiders. He is no longer with Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown getting traded to the Raiders, I don't know how that's going to work. Is Antonio Brown going to be as good, not with Ben Roethlisberger as their quarterback? I guess we're going to have to find out this year. C.J. Mosley and Le'Veon Bell went to the Jets. We're going to start off with Le'Veon Bell, one of the best running backs in the league, constantly getting over 1,000 yards, possibly even 12,000 yards of rushing, and getting so many touchdowns. He's such a threat to any defensive lineman. Then we're also going to go into C.J. Mosley, who is a linebacker that just got to the Jets from the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to look for, I'm a Jets fan, by the way, so we're going to look for him to have fumbles, fumble recoveries, sacks, interceptions, see what he can do. Dante Moncrief went to the Pittsburgh Steelers, as it's not really that much of a replacement to Antonio Brown, but they're going to see how much Dante Moncrief can contribute to the team with Juju Smith-Schuster on the other end of receiving. Now, we're going to be talking about Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt went to the Cleveland Browns after going through a little thing. He went to the bar and he actually kicked an 18-year-old girl. It was not the best for him. It was not smart for him at all. So I don't know what he's going to do now with the controversy going to Cleveland, but we're going to have to see. So the Cleveland Browns now, we're going to talk about the NFL teams. The Cleveland Browns is going to be a team that's very dangerous this year. And I say that because it is a young team, young talent, young stars. We're going to see what they can do, you know? They might be able to take over the division. We don't know yet. The New York Jets is going to be another team that is dangerous, although it may not be as young as the Cleveland Browns, but they do have some dangerous weapons, as they also have Robbie Anderson, the speedster, coming back this year. They're going to have a lot of running game. They're also going to have, of course, Le'Veon Bell's coming, so they're going to have a lot of running game. They're going to have great blocking because they just picked up a new offensive lineman. They're going to have great defense with the addition of C.J. Mosley as well. Jamal Adams is going to take that captain role and see what he can do. The Pittsburgh Steelers now, how good are they going to do without Bell and Brown? Sure, they have Juju Smith-Schuster, they have Ben Roethlisberger, they have the new addition of Dante Moncrief, but is it really going to be as good as having Bell and Brown? Because we're going to have to find out. We're going to go into the NBA. The Milwaukee Bucks, that's right, they are in first place in the Eastern Conference. They're at 52-18. They haven't even lost 20 games yet. That is amazing. The Toronto Raptors is 49-21. They are second in the Eastern Conference. The Knicks, who a lot of people like because they're from New York, they're only 14-56 as they stand last in the Eastern Conference. The Golden State Warriors, well, they are first in the Western Conference, of course. They're 47-21. Followed by the Denver Nuggets, which is a surprising 46-22 as they lay second in the Western Conference. The Los Angeles Lakers are 31-39, 11th in the Western Conference, despite having LeBron James. I don't know how that's going to work out, especially because Ball's out for the rest of the season. Their chances of getting to the playoffs is slim and none. We're going to go over to MLB spring training. My favorite sport, baseball, is going to be kicked off in just a couple of weeks with the regular season. Spring training has been magnificent, watching all these young prospects and young stars show off their talent in the showcase games that is called spring training. So we're going to have more updates on that once the MLB season starts. NCAA basketball, the March Madness update. A bunch of the tournaments went for a lot of the divisions. And if you guys like to fill out tournament brackets, you guys may do that. The top 5 teams that are in the NCAA basketball playoffs is Gonzaga at number 1, 30-3. Then we have Virginia at number 2. They're 29-2. We have the University of North Carolina at 27-5, Kentucky at 26-5, and Duke at 27-5. Great teams. So that's pretty much all I have for sports. Hopefully I have a lot more exciting news next week, but I believe we do have Sam that's coming up with some entertainment. Is that right, Sam?
You already know, but right after this commercials.
All right.
Okay.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Hi, my name is Sam Cologne here for entertainment news, and I have the hot top 5 in this weekend box office. A Medea Family Funeral fell 2 spots to 5th place on ticket sales of $8.1 million. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World took 4th place, earning $9.3 million for a domestic total of $136 million. That's a lot!
What are you doing? Will? Will, no, please get down.
The romantic drama 5 Feet Apart opened in 3rd place with a better than expected $13.2 million. That's also a lot. The weekend's top new movie, Wonder Park, also overperformed, opening with $16 million.
Name of your first pet.
Mr. Snoofers.
Mr. Snoofers.
That's what I said.
To no one's surprise, of course, Captain Marvel retained the top spot. $69.3 million gave the superhero flick $266 million domestic in 10 days. Well, that is it for entertainment news. I'm Sam Cologne, and I will catch you guys in the theaters.
Glorious time in the year Southern California. But here in Pennsylvania, it's a little cold. But that'll be all for us today. My name is Daniel Werkheiser.
And I'm Angelina Severino.
Have a good one.